Hey there, it's Pete over at Sampleist, and today we are continuing to celebrate with Vienna Symphonic Library, who are marking their 20th anniversary. In this Spotlight series, we're checking out various different libraries and of course MIR Pro 3D. And currently, until the end of February, there are up to 40% off all VI and synchronized libraries and of course all MIR products. This video is going to be slightly different as I've created a composition, so an original piece of music, and I've thrown it into MIR Pro, and we're just going to see how it all works together. But the library focus is very much on the VI percussion library. And here we have the composition. Now, before I play the piece of music, it's important to know which instruments we're going to listen to. And again, got to really stress that the VI instruments and the synchronized instruments, they are all designed to work in MIR Pro. So the VI instruments are good to go out the box. The synchronized instruments, you just need to click on, just very, very quickly show you. Choose any instrument, and you've got to choose the mixer preset 99 and process, and that means that's good to go in MIR Pro. Now, starting from the top, we have the VI piano, which is the Bosendorfer. Then we've got the VI percussion, and this is very much a tuned percussion piece with orchestral elements, so really want to showcase the awesome VI percussion. Then we've got assorted strings, so I've got the VI cello, and then also synchronized chamber, violin, viola and cello. And I love the chamber strings from VSL, and these are fantastic, the synchronized versions. And then we have dimension brass and synchronized woods, which were quite new last year, and same with the synchronized voices. And then in the miscellaneous folder, because I'm sure someone's going to ask what they are, these just add a little bit of character. So I've got some modal runs, horn rips and synchron brass horn rips as well. I think they're all synchron, but they're not built to go in MIR Pro, so I didn't add them. So they're in to colour the composition, and I wrote this composition a while ago, and I use a lot of the the synchronized libraries. So I decided to turn this into an all VSL affair. So this miscellaneous folder I will mute later on, but at the moment let's just hear the composition. Of course, that composition was mixed in MIR Pro 3D. So if I jump onto my mixer, you can see there's an instance of MIR Pro 3D on every insert for every instrument that's going in there. And in the last video, I did some fader work to adjust the volumes. This time everything's set to 0 and everything is obviously centered because it's all going to be done in MIR Pro 3D, apart from the instruments that I'm not putting in there because they don't they're not designed to work in there. So obviously the synchron instruments are recorded on the gorgeous synchron stage, and you don't want to double up the room sounds. And then I've got Restream on the master bus. So there's nothing on the master bus that's colouring or changing the sound. Now, if I just quickly jump over to MIR Pro 3D, which is right there, and something else that I really missed last time was if I click on an instrument, so I'm just going to take this Synchronize Solo cello and right click on it, go to Instrument Profile, and you can see that under Strings I've got a preset for chamber strings. And this is, if you're planning on getting into MIR Pro 3D or you're new to it, this video is probably great because this is my experience over the last 2 weeks of using it, and VSL have been amazing in terms of their support. They've emailed me literature and told, like, you know, say go look at this video, and yeah, they've been absolutely great. So they're really helping me understand MIR Pro 3D because I am a total beginner, but I'm using it and I'm finding the workflow to be really, really intuitive. It's really straightforward to work with, and I'm starting to get better results. So my first video, I didn't use it quite right. It was almost there, but now with these presets, and you can see there are so many different presets. So for every single product that VSL create in the ranges that fit within MIR Pro, so the synchronized dimension, the VI instruments, you've got a preset for that. And then you can see it adjusts different parameters like the width. So we've now got a wider sound. So I was blown away last time by talk about distance and panning left and right, but now we got instrument width as well into the mix. And I can really hear the difference in the instruments and the overall ensemble sound. Let's jump back over to Cubase and check out some of the instrument sounds. So we've got the VI piano first, which is the Bosendorfer, and for the solo it. And then doubling those with the Glockenspiel. I love the Glockenspiel sound from the VI Percussion collection. So I'm just going to play that with the runs as well. So you can see we've got the runs going on there. Yeah, it just sounds fantastic. And then I wanted a bit more of a sinister element, a bit of a counter melody, so I added the vibraphone, which also I think sounds brilliant. So let's just hear those without the piano going on at all. Yeah, they just sound so dreamy. Great to work with. So I love the tune percussion. And if I just go onto the Glock, you can see you get celesta, glockenspiel, xylophone, vibraphone, marimbaphone, wooden temple blocks, and lithophone small as well. And then each category in the VI percussion, you get process percussion, timpani, drums, toms, cymbals, mallets, bells, and percussion. So it's a really big library. Now, I don't want to start loading up patches and going through different sounds because it will change the composition. But yeah, they're just really, really lovely instruments to work with. So that's the tune percussion elements, but then of course we have the orchestral percussion. So it's really solid percussion. Now, the only mistake I feel like I made here is that I did cymbals and bass drum together. And then when I went in to mix it in MIR Pro, it's got so many detailed presets that I probably should have separated those. But you live and learn. That's something I'll do next time. So percussion multi there. And then if I add the timpanis as well. So yeah, absolutely love those timpanis. So just together, the entire section. So a little sort of A-B there, so you can hear it in context as well. So yeah, the percussion is a great library. Now, in terms of strings, I use the VI cello just for the intro. I love the attack and bitiness of these. So again, in context. And then we have the chamber strings. Now I use these, I love the VSL chamber strings, and the snappiness that these strings provide is absolutely wonderful. So I'll play from there. So those pizzicato lines are incredible. And again, I love the clarity of those strings. So that's why I chose the chamber strings for that section. And then we've got Dimension Brass, which is a new library for me, but I do love the sound of it. Forgot to solo it that time. That's just a couple of shorts. Let's just go to the longs. So they can sound really nice and warm. They got the punchy shorts, and then of course they open up into that amazing brassy sound. Which is great, and it stands to reason. Synchron Brass is one of my all-time favourite brass libraries, so I thought I'd like Dimension Brass, to be fair. And then we've got the Synchronized Woods, which again, I got these last year. Use them on virtually everything that requires woodwinds. again, just playing in context there. And then finally, you've got the synchronized voices, and these just work beautifully in harmony together. Again, yeah, they just sound great. And then I was going to mute the miscellaneous section. So let's play that line again. So yeah, it's just adding a bit of character. Now it's worth, if I just bring up the audio performance, just seeing with MIR Pro running, and obviously I think we're on 39 instruments, which isn't a huge project, but you know, it's 39 instruments, just seeing what the audio performance is like. So you can see it's not even charting. It is a 5950X Ryzen processor and 64 gigabytes of like pretty slow RAM, like 2400 megahertz or something. So yeah, it's doing well, let's put it that way, when you have MIR Pro working in the background. That's pretty cool. So let's close that. Let's just jump back over to MIR Pro. Now, it's really useful just to put the dry solo on. So you can really hear the difference, and I'm just going to go back a little bit so I can really emphasize that. Let's go from where it all starts to kick in, and I'll do a little bit of A-Bing. So completely dry. Now, in the last video, when I did that, that's when I really had this wow moment. But because I feel like with things like the instrument profiles being loaded this time, and I've not done an as wide mix. For some reason, I'm not using the first step at all, but there we go. And the pianos normally would be a bit further over, but I didn't want lots of really, really wide sort of bass piano on the left. So yeah, so I made a few decisions, tried to sort of seat everyone pretty much where they would be if it's in a small orchestral setting. But yeah, so I found it really, really easy to work with. And I do think when you start A-Bing, you really get the impact. And I did stick with the classical setting. And if you notice, I'm not on minus 50. Sorry, I'm on 50, well, 0, sorry. I'm on minus 67. So I'm only using the effect. I'm not even going to say subtly, because you can hear. Yeah, you can really hear the impact that it has. So I'm at minus 67% of the dry wet scaling. But for me, that's a really sort of sweet spot. I mean, listen to those cymbals. finished there with the wet solo going on. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Not only because I feel like I'm making more progress with MIR Pro 3D, I'm sort of seeing, as I spend more time with it, how really powerful it is. So yeah, really enjoyed using the VSL instruments in that composition, and equally enjoyed working with VSL, and I'm sure there's more for me to do, but I think between the two videos so far I've covered a lot. So yeah, so do check out the first video, and of course go over to the VSL website and just, you know, find out, get information from there. Their videos are absolutely brilliant. I've been studying them, and yeah, again, really impressed. So that is a short but sweet delve a little bit more into MIR Pro 3D, and of course playing some more instruments from the VSL range. I've got to admit, from a composer's point of view, the more I do it, the more streamlined the workflow gets. And what threw me when I was doing the Sugar Plum Fairy is everything sounded really dry when I was programming that and putting it together, and it's once you put it into MIR Pro 3D that it really springs to life. So it's really interesting using these instruments and going through the process and spending more time with it. My workflow is getting a lot quicker, and as like an all-in-one solution, the instruments sound incredible, and MIR Pro, yeah, just is like the it's not even the icing on the cake, it's what makes these instruments sound fantastic and really shine. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's something a little bit different, and it's almost like charting my MIR Pro 3D progress, as it were, like a little online diary. And again, thanks so much to VSL for giving me access to all of their libraries and MIR Pro 3D. Just having a blast downloading and playing, and yeah, really enjoying. So eternally grateful to VSL. Please feel free to leave a like on the video or a comment. What did you like about the instruments you heard, or got any comments about MIR Pro 3D, or any suggestions for me as well? And then if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel. We are slowly growing. And then head over to our website, which is thesampleist.com. Plenty of things going on there. We've got more competitions happening soon. And yeah, don't forget to just compose and make music. So have a great day, and until next time, you take care.